Okay, so the basic granny square. I've made a slip knot. I've put my yarn on my hook. First thing you have to do is make a circle. So that's when you chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 4 V's right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you go into the very first V and put your hook so that there's 2 bars on the top and 1 on the bottom, and you slip stitch. So you grab the yarn and pull it through the V, and then you pull it through the stitch that's on there. So then you have this ball. This is something you just kind of have to figure out how to do on your own, but mine opened very easily. You can see that that's where it's connected, and then this is your circle. Best thing to do is to crochet over your tail. So set your tail up against the edge. We're going to do the first row, so that's where we're making 4 clusters with 4 corners. So your first stitch is the chain 3 that counts as a double, and then 2 double crochets. I'm going to hold this down so that I crochet over it. 1, 2. Okay, so I have the equivalent of 3 doubles. The first one, which is the chain 3, double, double. So now I have to make my corner, chain 2, 3 doubles again. Yarn over in the hole, grab the yarn, pull it through, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2. Yarn over in the hole, grab the yarn, pull it through, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2. Okay, so I have one section, a corner, another section, chain 2 to make the next corner. Now 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. So now I have the 3 sides and 2 corners. 1, 2. So chain 2. Now 3 double crochets. Everything's going into the big circle in the center. Okay, so now I'm here. What I need to do is I need to make the chain 2 to make that 4th corner to connect these. So chain 2. Now this is where you need to slip stitch into the beginning of your work. So you need the 3rd chain from when you started, because that would be like the top of the double crochet. So there's 1, 2, 3. So it's this stitch right here. If you can't get into that and you're making a granny, you can just go into this big hole. It's really not a big deal until you figure out how to do things better. But I'm going to put my hook, so I have 2 loops on the top. And if you chain tight, it'll be really hard to go into. Slip stitching into your original chain is always difficult. So through the hole, yarn over and pull it through, and pull it through the same stitch. Okay, so to continue with your granny square, you need to be at the corner to build up. So we slip stitched into this stitch, and then there's 1, 2 stitches, and then the corner. So you're going to slip stitch into the next V. So that's when the hook goes in, grab the yarn, pull it through, pull it through. Now there's 1 more stitch there. Hook goes in, grab the yarn, pull it through, pull it through. Okay, so now we're almost to the corner. We're just going to slip stitch into the corner. Grab the yarn, pull it through, pull it through. So we're at the corner. So now we're going to rebuild our 4 corners. So in every corner space, these chain 2 spaces, you're going to do 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. And then there's the 1 chain in the middle to get you to the next corner. So we start with chain 3 and 2 double crochets. 1, 2. So we have the first part of that corner done. So now we chain 2 and then 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Now to get over to this corner, we're just going to chain 1. Now we're at the corner, 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. There's 3, chain 2, 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 1 more, 3. Okay, so we've built 2 corners, back up, 1, 2. So we have 2 more to do. To get to the corner, this is where you chain 1, and then you build this corner. 3 double crochets. Chain 2, 3 double crochets. I'm going to pause for a second because what a few of you were doing last class was you would get 1 double crochet in and then you would somehow turn and make this hole your corner, and then you'd start working into it and then you'd have a knot and you wouldn't understand what happened. So if suddenly your size is off or you're going, just kind of look and see if you've kept your corner or if you've accidentally turned it. So there's 1, 2, 3. Okay, so think about what we have to do next. We have to get to this corner. So to get to this corner, we just chain 1. Now we're going to do our 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, chain 2, and 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we're basically done with our row, except we have to chain the 1 to get over to that stitch. And this is where we find our 3rd chain from the beginning and slip stitch into it. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Try to always make sure that you have 2 loops on your hook. And even I have a hard time with it sometimes, so it can get frustrating. Okay, so I have 2 loops on there. Grab the yarn, pull it through, and pull it through that. Okay, so we've rebuilt our 4 corners. 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we have these center spaces. So I'm going to make a second video about going around again and filling in the center spaces.